What if the sun exploded right now? Would we be incinerated instantly? Would we even see it happen, or would Earth be left in total darkness? Could humans survive without sunlight, and if we only had 8 minutes left to live, what would you do? Here's the scary truth. If the sun exploded this very second, you wouldn't notice immediately. That is because the light and heat we see on Earth takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel from the sun to us. So for those final minutes, you'd be completely unaware that our star had already died. Imagine that, people walking to school, scrolling TikTok, eating lunch. Completely normal, and then everything changes. When the explosions, light, and radiation finally hit, you'd see a blinding flash in the sky. The sun would swell into a violent fireball before vanishing. Earth's gravitational anchor would be gone. Our planet and every other world in the solar system would be sent drifting into the endless dark. Without sunlight, temperatures would drop fast. In just 1 week, the average surface temperature would fall to minus 70 degrees Celsius. The oceans would begin to freeze over, leaving only pockets of liquid water deep below the ice. Plants would die without photosynthesis, animals would starve. And within months, humanity would be facing mass extinction, but it might not even take that long. If the sun went supernova, the kind of explosion stars many times bigger than ours go through, a massive shockwave would blast through the solar system. Mercury and Venus would be shredded instantly. Earth would be scorched and ripped apart by radiation, shock, and debris. Our atmosphere would be stripped away in seconds. And the place we call home, gone forever. Is there any chance of survival? Maybe a handful of people could last underground, in nuclear bunkers or research labs, using artificial light and power. Some life might cling on near deep-sea hydrothermal vents, where sunlight was never needed in the first place. And if humanity had already built bases on Mars, the Moon, or giant space stations with their own reactors, we might extend our survival a little longer. But let's be real, without the sun, civilization as we know it is doomed. So what if the sun exploded today? We'd have 8 minutes of blissful ignorance, followed by chaos, darkness, and death. But here's the bigger twist. Our sun probably won't explode like that. It isn't big enough to go supernova. Instead, billions of years from now, it will swell into a red giant and swallow Mercury, Venus, and maybe even Earth. So the real question is, by then, will humanity have found a new star to call home, or will we die with the sun? What would you do if you had 8 minutes left before the sun exploded? Tell me in the comments.